Okay, so today we're going to talk about how to choose a topic for your papers in the ESRM department, as well as specifically in the 100 classes. So the first thing you want to do is always understand that you are learning about broad topics in class, but you need to find a way to make it specific for your paper. So the first step is always thinking about how can you make it applicable? How can you make your topic for your paper applicable to our scientific understanding of the world? You want to make sure that it's relevant, so the best way to always think about how to do that is to ask the so what question. Why should Joe Blow on the side of the street want to care about what you're writing about? Some examples of these specific topics could be the effect of ocean acidification on coral reefs, the impacts of El Nino on kelp forests, using controlled fire in Yosemite, how is that answering our problems? Always make sure that you're not just choosing the concept, but you want to make sure that you're focusing in on a specific group. So for this example, we're going to choose the topic of coral reefs. And basically you can think of it as, especially for environmental science, we have this overarching problem of every kind of ecosystem is being threatened. So here we have about 5 different ways that coral reefs have been threatened across the globe: ocean acidification, habitat destruction, overfishing, climate change, and pollution. So what you would want to do is pick one of those to focus in on. You could also look at the biology of coral reefs, so keystone species like the giant clam, the fact that coral reefs are biodiversity hotspots, umbrella species like the humphead wrasse, or even coral distribution. And then you can also look at, if those aren't specific enough to what you feel as though you could write a really strong paper about, you can also pick a specific location, like the Great Barrier Reef, the Deep Sea, the Red Sea, or Hawaii. So you definitely just want to make sure that you have all kinds of information about your specific topic that you can focus in on. So with this information, you basically pick one from each category. So one threat, one kind of biology, and then you can even pick a location. So once you do all that, you can then come in and you have your new topic, which is, for this example, how is ocean acidification affecting coral reef distributions at the Great Barrier Reef? So once you've been able to create your new research question, you can then go on and start doing your research and then figuring out how to write your paper, which is a whole bunch of other webinars.